Welcome back to the Finca. Guess what? It's been raining again. Crikey, we've had so much this year, so many dull days and so much, well, rain. It's if it rained properly, I wouldn't mind, but it's just put like a couple of millimeters down, but it's been grey and overcast. They've actually given out a yellow weather warning for thunderstorms this afternoon. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. It doesn't matter. um, just an update on Donkey. The farrier came out again the other day, and he's had his other hoof done. He's going to need another week or so there where he is, I think, to get him completely right. Poor boy was in quite a state. He's very happy. He's got other donkey friends there as well, and he's had a haircut. He's looking good. He's in really good hands, and we're looking forward to getting him up here. The cats are all settling in slowly. They're all, in fact, they're climbing the walls now. They're just going, they're used to being outside and laying around in the sun and the shade on hot days, and they're stuck in a room that's a bit of a building site at the moment. So, but they're okay. They're all sort of there. They're getting on each other's nerves a bit now because they're all in close proximity, but they'll be all right. What else? We're getting used to ourselves to living here. It's very different being on 100% solar power and not having any main services about. It's amazing what you take for granted. So we're getting used to ourselves, used to, the way we use the power and the water and stuff, and anticipating things more. It's a little strange at first. Sharon's gone back to our old place to pick up some more stuff and to do some shopping. That's another thing that's different. We're kind of in the middle of nowhere here, and the nearest town is 10, 12 minutes away, and that's only a really small town as well, so it doesn't have any sort of large supermarkets and things. So again, another thing we're having to get used to. But we are getting there. Today I've got a few things on my list still ever going. I want to try and we're going to try and get the bedroom floor oiled. We don't know if that's going to happen or not yet, but I want to get the bed sorted out as well, and a couple of other things. So let's see how we get on. I've just spent a good hour, maybe two, tweaking our solar settings. Basically the batteries, they have very specific tolerances on charging batteries and discharge voltages and things like that. So I did do this a little bit before, but I've actually sat down with the data sheet for the batteries and set up all the parameters in the inverter charger box here to suit the level of the batteries. The main important things you can set are the charge rates for the battery, the charge voltage, which in this case I think is 28.8 for these batteries. The batteries are 24 volts, so the charge is 28.8. Then when they're fully charged, you can set the float voltage, which it kind of keeps them hovering around, and that's 26.8 on these particular batteries. And then the low cut-off voltage, where this will switch off before it does any sort of long-lasting harm to the batteries. The batteries we've got are actually stationary traction batteries. We've got 4 6-volt batteries. I'll take that down a bit so you can see them. There they are. Yeah, 4 6-volt traction batteries, 600 amps in total, 600 amps each battery, but because they're wired in series, the amperage doesn't change, it's just the voltage that goes up. So hopefully, I mean, it has been doing okay, the solar setup and everything. We've had to use the generator, for a couple of days, today included, because there's no sun at all, and we're only pulling sort of 200 watts in from them. But just to get the best out of them and make them last as long as possible, so everything is absolutely perfect as it should be now, and we'll see how we get on with them. The other thing that's been giving us grief is this water pump. we had a little leak on it the other day. We thought it was running on and on, and although we did have a little weep on it, I fixed it, and it's just done it again a couple of times before. It's sometimes it reaches up the pressure that it's supposed to knock itself off at, and doesn't knock itself off. It keeps on running, therefore draining the batteries, and not well. It's just no good, is it really at all? So I'm going to pop the pressure switch out and have a look, because apparently sometimes, because although it's been in it a couple of years nearly, it's not been used that much because they've only just moved in. So now obviously it's getting used constantly all the time. They say sometimes they might need lubricating or cleaning if they've not been used as much as they should have. So I'm going to pop the pressure switch out and have a look, see what we can see. So this is the item here. It is actually, it was a bit grubby. I've just cleaned it up as best I can. Doesn't seem to be too much stuff in it. So all we can do is stick it back in and see what happens. Hopefully it'll do the trick. It just goes in there. Yeah. Nip it up and get my spanner on it. Right, well open the tap here. I turned it off so the whole house full of water wouldn't drain back through here. I've got enough on the floor as it is. Right, let's plug it in and see what happens. Right, there we go, 4.7 it went up to, clicked itself off. That's what it's supposed to do. Let's see if it'll keep on doing it. Okay, I'm going to turn a tap on and we'll see what happens with it now again. Well, that seems to be a result. Cool. Let's see if it holds up now and keeps behaving. Look at the state of this workshop. I've got stuff everywhere. I'm going back down to our old place tomorrow to pick up the last cabinet that houses all this stuff that's on the bench. There's it's all a lot of painting stuff and polishing stuff and sealers and things like that, and it's all got little compartments that they all go in. So I'm going to get that tomorrow, that I can get my desk cleared, my bench cleared, just in case we want to do any proper work. These are the two beds. Instead, the two singles that we're going to put in the apartment. They're actually very comfortable. We were given these a while ago, but they work really well, so we're keeping them. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to take these legs off and paint them black, because you can actually, the only part of the bed you can see, and it's all, yeah. So if they're painted black, they'll look quite smart against the wooden floor. So that's one of the things I'm going to get done today. We're not going to get a lot done. We can't do the floor, we can't open the windows because it's raining, it keeps stopping and starting. We've been promised thunderstorms and stuff. Even though it looks quite bright there, it really isn't. It's just the camera doing a good job of making a dark place look lighter. So I'm going to pop these off, they're only held on with bolts, and give them a clean up, a sand up, and get them painted. One of the bolts doesn't even have a nut on it, no wonder it was so wobbly, the bed. So luckily it's a stock item with two 10mm nuts in. I think we have keep a selection of nuts and bolts and threaded rods and all that sort of thing. There we go. Right, that can be put back together when I've painted them now, and it should be less wobbly. If it is, if you keep on moving, I'll just weld it together. Right, let's get them cleaned up and painted. They've all got rubber feet in the bottom, so I need to take all them out because I don't want to paint them, do we really? To clean them up, they've got years and years of grime on them. I'm just going to use brake cleaner, and then I'm going to run them over the wire brush on the bench grinder just to put a bit of a key on them. And the paint we use is this hardcore stuff. It's actually graffiti paint, and it really does stick and cover well to anything, and it's the cheapest kit, so I can recommend that. And if Alco want to send me some, it'd be much appreciated. Any colour you like. Right, let's get on with it, let's get it done. Right, we're in the paint shop. Just going to give these a coat. Probably have to go to do them in a couple of goes. They're all clean though. As if by magic, you can't even see them now, can you? All transformed into new. I'll wait while they're dry, turn them around, and then spray the backs of them and check for any bits that I may have missed. Super. There's not a lot more can be done today. It's a wet day on the Finca life in a wet. We've got a few things done, and tomorrow, we'll come to that in a minute. The bed, I'll turn those legs on and paint those legs, and they can go back on. Then we can get the floor stained, oiled when we get a good day, and then the bed can go in. It'll all be ready and dry, ready to go. So that'll be another step forward. Tomorrow we're going down to the old place to pick up hopefully the rest of the bulky stuff. We're taking the trailer down. The barbecue being one, because normal service with the weather should be resumed next week. So we'll get back to barbecuing again in the courtyard. That'll be lovely. There's also the cupboard that's down there, that all the stuff that's on the workbench in there can be homed on, so that can all be put away. It takes a long time, doesn't it? It's hard work moving house. We're never going to do it again, ever, ever, ever. We're also, tomorrow, when we've done that, we're going to go and see Donkey, say hello to him and see how he's doing, so we'll update you on that. Yeah, he's doing okay though. He's doing okay. He's happy. He's going to be down there for another week or so yet, while he gets the treatment that he needs and gets better, before we bring him up here. So that's bought me a bit of time building his shelter as well. And then we've got the puppies, of course. So yeah, we're going to leave it there for today. It's a miserable day. Sharon's on her way back. We're going to get something to eat and chill out for a bit. We say that, we'll end up doing something, I'm sure. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.